Beardbrae in Glasgow, not far from Partick Thistle. Partick Thistle football ground. And this is a derelict building just... This is where I was going to park, but it's double yellow, so it didn't show that on Google Maps. But when you get here it's double yellow, so I knew it was too good to be true. But I'm going to have a wee look here anyway. Apparently it's a burnt out set of office blocks. It used to be... Well, it was on that the Glasgow, Abandoned Glasgow or something, a derelict Glasgow Facebook site. But I looked on Google Maps for a place to park and I saw this. Close range. It's obviously suffered a severe fire. Looks like you can get in as well by the looks of it. I don't think I'll be going in. I won't be going in. But I'll maybe come back here later with the rest of the exploring crew. Certainly won't be going in on my own. I don't know anything about this building, but I thought I would just snap it in anyway, seeing and I do a wee bit of derelict building explorations with the other lot that do it with. They have their own sort of channel as well. I sort of tag along with them and, you know, we explore together. And there's another young lad that has just no long started doing these explorations himself. So maybe bring him along as well. But I have no idea what this is, but other than just what was supposed to be a block of, or was a block of office buildings. Because it said on the website, new, old office buildings, so obviously it's no longer that. No, it's just a mess. But if I was to say, if I was to go and to explore it, I would have to... What a flight. Give me a flag. I'd have to have others. The mate have come through for the match isn't into this. He doesn't explore the buildings. So this is Beardbrae. So I'm through in Glasgow to go to Partick Thistle, wasn't it? For the Partick Thistle Leeds United supporter. I go through this, I watch the match as well obviously. So just having a look around Glasgow and that while we're here, just round about the local area, because I got here early. Yeah, just spending a bit of time, just killing time, because as I say, I got here about 2 hours early. I needed to get here, first of all, find out where I'm going to park. I got parked actually just opposite that Beardbrae, some Rodney Street or something, just right across from it. And it's about 0.6 mile walk from there to Partick Thistle. But there's no point in getting there too early because it's, you know, we'd rather have a wee wander about first. Maybe go to a cafe or something. You've not got your supporting gear on yet, it's a bit wet at the moment. He's got his waterproofs on at the moment. As you're pissing with rain, as always. Well, here we wander a bit. So there is a Scottish canals area up that way, so I might have a wee wander up there, see what like. That's the exercise for the day.
Yeah.
So I think that was Bustle Park Road that we just walked up from. Some more information boards here, I'll get that for you. There's a little couple of canals there, and there's actually some more over there as well. It's quite something. Never set foot here before. I mean, I've been at Glasgow many times, obviously, but I've probably driven through the area, but I've never actually been here. So I don't really follow the football like my mate does. Can I just take him through? Although I do watch the games, I suppose most of them have been, well, all of them have been United. So I guess in that respect, I'll be on the United side. United supporter, I'm not a die-hard football fan. And more into the stock car, banger racing, motorsport, like that's my thing. But yeah, it's got some history about this. It's another plaque with information on it. I'll go and film that for you. And that was that derelict building. Yeah, I know. That's the derelict building I was looking at earlier. Yeah. That's alright. No, I was just saying, quite right though, obviously they've written all over it.
Yeah. So annoying.
Yeah, kind of read half the stuff that's been smudged over with graffiti. But yeah, so. But I would go back to that building, explore that. I wouldn't do it on my own. Kev's not really, you're not really into building explorations, are you?
Don't get seen, but everyone's entitled to their own beliefs, so you know.
Yeah, exactly. So that's not really his scene. He doesn't really do that. But I would have to come back with, I would rather come back with the other squad that does the explorations. I wouldn't like to go in there on my own because I don't know anything about the building. It looks pretty dodgy. So that would be for another video. At least I've clocked it. I didn't specifically go away. I just stumbled across it. This camera in my hand. Yeah, I just stumbled across that while I was looking for a place to park prior to walking up to where Patrick Thistle Firhill Stadium, which is about 0.6 mile away from there. So, yeah, it was just to be an old block of offices or something. It's an old building, would be worth an exploration sometime. So, let's go and make our way up there. I'll find a cafe. It's still early. It's only 1:15. Kick off at 3, so I've still got another hour and 3/4 to pass. Yeah. Looks like there's some sort of, I don't know, is that like a climbing frame maybe up there? Not quite sure what that is. Welcome to Applecross Street. I'll have to come back to Glasgow sometime and do, you know, the still game filming locations. We'll maybe start finding some of them, and we'll visit some of the still game places. You know, the still game comedy TV show, Scottish comedy TV show called Still Game. For those who don't know what it was, obviously, filmed in Glasgow. So maybe find some of these locations. There's a website, isn't there, that tells you where they are?
Website,
Yeah, there's, can't remember what the website's called. Is it just Still Game filming locations?
Yeah,
or something?
go on.
Yeah, well, I'll look into that at some point. Yeah, definitely.
That's the rain off.
Yeah, it is for now. I'm telling how long the rain will be off for though, but I'm kitting it for the game, eh?
Right.
Hopefully they get, yeah. Got the ducks here. Perfect weather for the ducks. Yeah, exactly.
It's good exploring wild.
So you're just making the floodlights for the Patrick Thistle Stadium. Just on the approach to it, we're not far now. At least we're on the right side of the canal. On the right side of the canal. We're searching for a bridge at the last minute and we were stuck on the other side. Swim across. This is good. Oh, right up. It's good to see other United supporters around. You hear them chatting already. Fisher's Tours, that's Dundee's first. And that's Fisher's Coaches, which is from Dundee. Might not come out very clear on the camera, but it's Dundee based coach company. So there'll be a contract to take the supporters through. Yeah, I'll get a wee wander over there, get a couple of videos of the ground. I'll not really take much during the game, like, you know, you'd see that on the telly or online or something. I'm not going to film much during the match. I'll just tell you the score. Oh, he's in the middle of the road. I think he's had a few to drink already. It's like a shoot. Look at this. Check this out. Wow, well, look at that. That's what you call a shoot. That's the kind of shoots that was around in our time. You know, the shoots nowadays are just rubbish, isn't it? They're all soft. That's more like a shoot than a big steep shoot, where you can actually fall off and get hurt. Yeah.
It's wet enough to get your arse soaked though.
Aye, very much. That's more like the modern, just a wee short shoot. That kind of, no health and safety these days.
I'm gonna shoot for fishes.
You're right. No, that'd be, you could practice on that one first. That was a old school play parks.
Like they used to.
Nah, it's all rubber, foam and everything. You fell off the swings and the parts that we fell off on, it was just hard concrete, glass, broken glass bottles.
Now they've got the chains coming down the middle so you can't have wrong.
That's right, yeah. Unless I put the swing right over the top and just do it, you know, swing it that hard, it just loops on the top pole. Then. So. It's comforting to see our own supporters, isn't it? Olympics project. You think that United supporters brave going in that Glasgow pub? Oh, brave man. Brave man. United supporter going in the Glasgow pub. You think that's wise, Kev?
You can't get United bars in Glasgow.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a game at the end of the day, like, you know. But, just.
Got the car queue between.
What are they called?
Neutral supporters.
Neutral supporters, yeah. That's when just treat it as a game, you know, rather than
Rivals.
like a religious rivals, you know, like a lot of tension and fighting and that. I mean, I don't think I'd advise going in a bar.
Fight, but there you go.
You wouldn't want to be caught at the centre of it. Nobody you're wearing that anyway. Not around here. I don't think it'd be wise. But, no, I mean, not everybody's seen it. A lot of people might just, like myself, I'm not really into football, like, and just taking Kev along. I mean, I obviously watch the match. I've been to a few now. I only started going to football matches just.
It's another ground kicked off by the roaster.
That's right, another ground. We've not been here either, yeah. Well, first time I've been to this ground. I mean, as I say, I've only been going to football matches since 2019. I mean, obviously, I'm more into the stock car racing. That's my thing, like, I go there regularly. I've been going for years. But I'll show you this. Seen something like this before. I just see one of them, stop, camera it, and show you it, just log it in. I've probably duplicated a few, but who cares? It's just something there. Oh, no, wrong way. That's better. Camera in the right. Feel safe. Feel safe because there's other United supporters around. We're getting there. Firhill House. So it's Firhill Road and it's
House.
Yeah, aye, Firhill.
Firhill Stadium.
Firhill Stadium, yeah. It's Firhill Stadium. Yeah. Kings Cross Housing Association. This is my rear view mirror. Just watching what's going on behind us. In case you don't know who's gonna, don't know what's going on. Just it's an old. Don't know what that was. Vlog a goal. What's his feature?
Yeah.
If we could vlog a goal, United scoring against Patrick Thistle, that would be.
Hopefully, 2-0 United.
Yeah, that would be something. Get that one. Put that on camera.
Here it's this side of it.
So we're getting closer now, while we're just there. Eh? Welcome to Firhill Stadium, the home of Patrick Thistle Football Club. Look at the prices, eh? Must have changed now.
Yeah.
It's that pissing rain on again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sodden rain.
It's on and off, aren't
It's on and off all day. It's just a bloody nuisance. Never mind. So it's still early. Just have a wee wander about for a bit. It's only what? It's only 20 to 2 and kick-off's at 3, so.
Time we get into the grounds. Time we get into the grounds.
Yeah. You want to get your pie and bob on?
Aye, you ought to like. It's a local PCB.
Yeah. Good. What were you reckoning, Kev?
Sorry,
Get me a. You should get a scarf.
I think you should, mate.
Show that in a true United supporter. To be honest with you, I'm not really a die-hard football supporter. Just we're in for the day and just watch the match really. Obviously, I'm going to sit on United. My mate's United supporter, but I'm not really one for all this sort of wearing colours and that. I just come for the day, and well, I had to drive through, so I've done the driving. And it's just it's exciting. Obviously, I want Dundee United to win naturally because that's what I've come through for. So I'm not what you would call a die-hard supporter or anything like that. I'm just coming for the day. Get them through in the car. Enjoy it. That's JP coaches. They're Dundee, they're Forfar based, but they'll be coming through from Dundee, taking supporters through. That's the same coach company we use for the hill walking club. JP coaches. It's behind me. Good over what team they support, eh? Just watch them chucking egg now at the United supporter. I was say, I was just going to wait and then watching you throw an egg at you or something. The United supporter. Capacity of Patrick Thistle Stadium's 10,000, just over 10,000. And it was opened in 1927, going by the sign of the date it was on there. we're still way too early yet. The gates aren't open yet. The bar's open, but the actual gates to get in, it's only 10 to 2, so way too early yet. You happy with that score then? Happy days. I'm glad in parked we're in parked anyway, it's absolute chock-a-block here. Yeah, so we saw the police van and that rushing up there earlier. It's quite a lively atmosphere. So we're another 10, well maybe not even that, about 5 minutes walk to the car. I'm glad I parked away down here and not up there because it'd just be chock-a-block with traffic. So, so fish supper then, is it?
Aye, I think so, mate.
Find a chippy somewhere. Get a fish supper. Wow, anyway. I don't know what you're getting, a fish supper, is it a mince pies? And then see what happens, see what we can find it. Just looking at these blocks of flats here, they remind me of the Scarring blocks in Whitfield. As soon as I saw them, just with the long corridors and that, it's quite interesting. So not far from where I started actually, there's that derelict building up there, the old block of office blocks or whatever the heck they're, offices. It's burnt out anyway, it's been shut for years. I just looked on the Derelict Glasgow Facebook page. If I'm having a look at that, I would say I wouldn't do it more and wait till the others are with us, because it looks like quite a dodgy building. So, but yeah, so it's quite it's the next wee bit of Glasgow that I haven't seen before. Well, certainly can't say I've been here very often. Been at Glasgow often, but I can't say I've been to this particular park very often. So I'm just parked up there. Dodged all the traffic anyway. So I got here early, so that's the thing. Got to get here early. I don't know all the sort of tricks of the trade, not from around here, so I don't know where all the parking spaces are. But I looked at Google Maps and I said, yeah, I'll get parked on this street because it looked appropriate. But when I got here, the blooming double yellows were there. So the Google map was obviously done before the yellow lines were put on the road. I was like, oh, disappointed. But I was just literally a stone throw away. I was just up there, so that's handy. I've discovered there's an orange light. There's an orange, an old orange traffic light. I'll show you. Oh, still there. Just see my car was missing. I'd be worried, it'd be a long walk back if it was. You had me going. But yeah, that was quite unusual. An old orange lamp post. Is all the wheels still on it? As long as the four wheels are still on. Yeah, quite a different part of Glasgow. I haven't been to this area. Explore here. Some sort of, don't know what that is, I'll show you. What is that, Kev?
I don't have a clue, mate.
COP 26. Is that something from the
That's
Simpsons or something, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know what Simpsons like, but it just reminded me of, I don't know what it is, Homer Simpson or something. I don't know, but it's somebody's artwork anyway, so I thought I'd just show you it. That's the old lamppost I was. Right, quite rare. You don't get many of these orange ones left. Certainly not many in Dundee. There is, oh sorry Kev, you want that door open? Hang on a minute, I'll stand it in the freezing and vlogging, you're freezing your... Is that still, that's it, there you go, it's open now. Yeah, I might show you, I'll turn the camera around and show you what it's like up here, up this road. This is Rodney Street, I think it is. I think it's Rodney Street. I'll show you what it's like anyway. So there's a wee bit of Glasgow for you as well. It's a Postle Park area. I think that's Postle Park Road. I just followed the sat nav, to be honest with you. Like I wasn't really studying all the areas as such. But anyway, I get a bite to eat. A fish supper, I think, is what's on the menu. So let's just back in the car and we're going to find some chippy. What did you think of the match? What's your...
Match was okay.
Yeah.
The pitch was diabolical. Players couldn't pass it to save themselves.
No, they got the goal though. That was the main thing.
That's the main thing.
And the one. That's the main thing.
But the pitch was diabolical.
You're not impressed with it then?
No. The pen Bovril was shite.
The pie in Bovril wasn't good enough. It wasn't up to your expectations.
No. Cow.
Aye. It means it was a bit warm, but I mean.
The crust was warm, but the mint was still cold.
I was hungry, so I just wolfed it down and drank my Bovril. But no, that was. I thought it was quite a lively. Well, you're used to. You've been going to the matches for decades. I mean, I've only just started going in 2019, and I've been to a few with you. I'm not really like a dedicated fan, but because I go when Kev's going, like but I suppose it would have to obviously be United. They're going to be on their side, isn't they? So, but no, it was quite an atmosphere. I mean, I'm not really that used to the. Well, I'm getting more used to it now. I've been to a few since 2019, but prior to that, I hadn't been to a football match. Like I say, the thing I'm into is the stock car racing. I've been to many venues for that. Many venues up and down the country for decades, since 2003. Watched the banger racing, stock car racing, but it's quite something though. I quite enjoyed it. It's a day out as well. I've come through here to Glasgow and I see a wee bit of Glasgow as well. I just stumble upon a few things during the day out like that, because you might be seen on my previous videos that I do old derelict building explorations and that, and I just happened to come across that one there. And it's an old office block. It's been torched now, like it's been shut for years. It looks like it's been shut for years, and there's that derelict Glasgow website on Facebook that was saying something. In fact, the picture that they put up on their Facebook page was 2016, so that's like 5 and a bit years. Well, it'll be 6 years this year, like. So it's been closed, and it was burnt out as well on that photo. So it's been closed for ages. But there's lots of places around about Glasgow to explore and that, as far as derelict buildings are concerned, because there is a website there that shows. I started looking at it and there was loads. I've never had a chance to study it, but I'll certainly be aware of that place. But yeah, it was good. 1-0. United won 1-0 against Patrick Thistle.
Yep.
Happy man, happy days.
Could have done a bit better.
Yeah, well, I could have got 2 goals, I suppose. But at least they got that one.
The referee was a bit dodgy as well.
Oh, right, yeah, the ref was a bit dodgy. So. Yeah, I'm not overly. I don't know all the rules of the football game. I'm not really as genned up on football as Kev is here. But no, it was quite entertaining. Like, just as long as that team scores in that net and just wins, that's all that counts. And they have a good time. I enjoyed it anyway. It was good fun, good day at the house. I bumped into a few people as well from Dundee. I recognised a few. But yeah, it's quite a good day. So I reckon it's tea time now. So I'm going to have a Google search and see what Good chippers are around
Nearby.
here. It's got to be something good. It's got to be up to your expectations, isn't
It's
it?
got to be.
Well, I like the good food and all, so see what we
If
can.
not, they'll be getting terrible review on Google.
Oh, so be warned. You get a terrible review on Google if you don't satisfy Kev here.
Chips have got to be fresh, nothing else, no frozen crap.
It's got to be the best. Nothing but the best for me, for us, for Kev. We'll see what we can.
Especially when you pay some money towards them.
Exactly, yeah. You don't want to pay for rubbish. But, right, so, let you know what I find. I'll probably round the video off after that. Yeah, so just on the way to the chipper, we found somewhere good to go. But I'm going to just have a wee look at these blocks. I'm quite interested with the architecture on them. They're like the Scarron blocks in Whitfield. So I'm just parked here temporarily. I'm just going to have a see if I could have a closer look at them. Yeah.
He's hunting on my fucking chippy tea, the bugger.
I'm making him wait for his chippy tea. Oh well, those that wait, is it the patience? Sure. It's all the better when you wait, isn't it? You just work up that appetite even more.
Sorry for you to say that, though.
I've got loads of.
Chop, chop.
So I've just got to be careful about here because I don't know this area and I don't know who's around this sort of place. So I've got to be on my wits, filming about with a camera here. So, just see what it's like. That's quite unusual. I've never seen something like that before. That's where the gas is kept. Oh, so there's obviously gas central heating in this type of block. Let's see what's like. That's where the rubbish is kept. No, really much excitement there, but obviously like a bin chute sort of system. I did try the service door to see if we could actually get in, but it's not opening. So obviously it's secure, but sometimes at a certain time of the day you'll get the you get access in. Oh, it's even got its own sort of bike shed as well. It's quite interesting, isn't it? So like I say, I've just got to keep my guard about because I don't really know enough from this area and I don't know what the story is here. Be careful. Yeah, so I might have a wee look down there. Sort of got the lanyards that connect the blocks together, and there's an interdecking sort of system similar to that was used in Dundee's Whitfield housing scheme. They had a sort of external staircase with the lanyards that were all interconnected. Although these blocks aren't in a honeycomb setup, they're not like that here. The Whitfield ones were in a honeycomb setup. But quite fascinating, that. Quite interesting. I'll show you them. Check that out. Look at the design. Orange lamppost as well. Don't know how well it's coming out on the camera, like, but it's orange. Oh, check this out. It's very reminiscent towards the Whitfield housing scheme because I kind of grew up in that area for the first early years of my life. No, it's locked. Tell you one thing though, these orange street lighting certainly brings back memories. You don't see very many of them now. fascinating. Beard Square. Yeah, I think this is the Postle Park housing scheme in Glasgow. I'm not sure of the name, I'm just guessing because of the road. I've heard the Postle Park before and I've heard of the Postle Park Road, and it was kind of like running to this direction. So I'm assuming this is maybe part of Postle Park housing scheme, I'm not sure. I'll maybe check on the research into that later. But poor Kev will be sitting in my car starving, so I better make a move. I'll be looking forward to his chippy tea, and so am I actually. I'm getting that way as well myself, so let's get back to the car, eh? So I think this is actually called Woodside, and Postle Park's further up. I actually asked the taxi driver. The taxi driver said, "What's the scheme called?" And actually, they're looking to get to. I made an excuse, but if it's not Postle Park, it's Woodside. Postle Park's further up. Excuse me a minute. It was well timed. There was a taxi driver just off the road, and just happened to say, "Oh, it's there. You'll know the area." So I asked him. Anyway, let's find a chippy. Let's find a chippy. So before I go to the chippy, I'll have a look at this. See what you're doing. Yeah, it's locked as well. Quite secure. Quite high security. This. Yeah, sometimes you can get lucky and you can get in some of these buildings, but these ones are well secured. Like back home, some of these buildings you could actually, the doors are just opened, you know, they're not actually locked properly, or you could, but they're much more secure here, like. I've just got to remember where I'm parked. Right, yeah, it's up there. Right, okay. I better not get lost there. Yeah, I just thought that, as I say, just make the wheel back a car. But no, this place, it reminds me of the Whitfield housing scheme. It's just the way the architecture was of the buildings, the external staircases, the landrooms, the shapes of the blocks, the flat roofed, the sort of patterns on them. Whitfield had kind of patterns on them as well before they were refaced. But when they were refaced, they were kind of, they changed all the patterns on the front. So Whitfield housing scheme had the perspex. See, that's like a long corridor. Well, Whitfield had two rectangular rows of windows. The top half was open and the bottom half was perspex, and different blocks had different colours. You had yellow perspex, purple, orange. I remember that from way back to the 70s, the late 70s. I mean, I was really young, but I do remember them. But the original Whitfield blocks have all been refaced, and a lot of them have been demolished. But these blocks here look like they're still in the original format, in the original condition. You know, it doesn't look like they've been refaced and modified. It looks like what they were like when they were built, I guess. I think the multi-stories behind me have all been recladded and refaced. I would have, if I had more time, would have ventured over there and had a look, but I better not just now. So I got back here, I didn't get jumped or knifed or anything like that. No,
Thank fuck for that, because my tea's fucking due, mate.
you wouldn't get your tea if I didn't turn up. You'd have to go and walk, wouldn't you?
Well, to search for your dead body.
Aye. Oh, you wouldn't eat that, no, I hope, would you?
No, not a cannibal.
Cannibal. Oh no, yuck. What was it? What was I on about before that? Before I was distracted. Hang on. Yeah. When you're out getting like out and about in places like this, areas you're not from, and you don't know if you're, don't go about with your camera. Don't do what I was doing, like filming, because you don't want to draw the wrong attention to yourself. I mean, some of the ones that I passed looked quite hard, so I don't judge people, but what I mean is you just got to be careful. You don't want to wander around just like just wander into places without really being careful, because I don't know my way around this bit of Glasgow. I'm not from this area, so you've got to be careful. I wouldn't advise anybody to do what I just did. I was being extra careful. I've done sort of stuff like this before, but you've got to be careful, like. But yeah, I was quite amazed by I've had more time, like, I'll maybe come back to explore other buildings like that. Right, I can hear you thinking, tea time, right, I'm going to get us chippy, right, that's it, chipper time now.
Before I strangle the poor sod that's sitting next to me, I'm starving.
No, if you did that, you'd have to drive us back now.
I'm sure
to get a bus back.
I've got the keys, I just love you for your body, for your keys.
You'd nick my keys and nick my car.
I'll put your
and
body
leave me
to bed.
there. Right. Right, so we're just en route to the chipper now. I've got myself parked here, and I'm going to get chip me over there and get my tea, starving. These buildings, by the way, were only just a stone throw away from where I was parked, at Rodney Street, Baird Hill, or Baird Brae rather, which is still fairly close to Park Thistle. You would have saw the multi-stories earlier when I was filming from the canal area. Well, these blocks that look like the scan blocks of Whitfield are just at the foot of these mountains, just along them. So, chip me there in the distance. It's a cave's delight. Chip me there in the distance. Smell those fish and chips. Well, that's it there, Marco's Fish Bar. Light of Kev, I found the chippy, so am I at the start. I'm going to try this Marco's Fish Bar. Architecture of these buildings at North Woodside, Glasgow. I think it was the 70s, it looks like an early 70s design. It's very similar to that of the Whitfield houses scheme that Dundee that opened in 1971. There's a happy man now. And so am I. Get 2 bits of fish. Yummy. That should fill us up for a bit. Actually, and back again, just on the way out of Glasgow, well, still in the sort of central area, I've just spotted blocks that are really quite fascinating. The lanyards, you've got like multiple layers of straight lanyards. I'll show you. I'll go out and I'll actually have a wee look. It's amazing. I think I could even get onto the lanterns. I'm going to have a quick look, see if I can get along some of them. So I've actually changed the continuity of this video because I'm not going to keep saying it's ending and putting another bit on, so I've put this on before. The bit where I've said it's ending. Because it'll just be like constantly saying it's ending when it hasn't. But these are just so much like Whitfield. Well, it reminds me of Whitfield so much. Although the Whitfield box was in a honeycomb hexagonal shape formation, it's just the way they've got an external staircase, the squareness of it, and the open plan lanyards, and just the colour of the box as well. Whitfield also had multi-stories. Yeah, this is a really quite a secure area, because there's a sort of police station just over there. So, but it's quite amazing that it just reminds me so much. It's also a bit like Dundee's Adler, or what Adler used to look like in Dundee. You know, regarding these blocks, or that sort of design. It's all secure. I was hoping to get in maybe one of these lanyards, but it's all locked up. So, like I say, I'll add this on before the end of the video because I've just been saying this to the end. I was just on the way up and I just decided to, I should notice this up, so I just pulled in and got out and videoed it for you. So this will be on before the actual end. All the end was said earlier. Wait with tea. So I'm not sure what this scheme's called. I haven't really done any research into it. I'm just fascinated by the architecture. So I think it's called Kilcadance. Glasgow Central Police Station. There is a Central Police Station just down there a wee bit. On that way. There's all loads of police cars and stuff. Big building. So, but I think it's just Kilcadance area in Glasgow. Quite nice.
Well, there you go.
You can open yours up. Because you're the one that's hungry there. Open mine before you.
Yeah, it's nice.
Anyway, that's it then. So I'll round the video off. I'm just going to be eating them and then just heading back to Dundee. So I'm going to get this eaten before it gets cold. So I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for selecting, and I'll catch you later. See you bye, kid.
Bye.
Sorry, this
Hungry.
You're hungry, yep. Right, see you later on. Bye for now. before I go, I'll just get Kev's seal of approval. So what's the food like?
Well, I just had one chip and a bit of fish, but so far so good.
So far so good. Well, mine's just getting scoffed anyway, so. Right, bye for now. See you later.